Welcome to another episode of my allotment diary. It's been a bad week for weather, very mixed, and we experienced a gale or storm Angus. From my to-do list I crossed off the items which I had completed on the to-do list, and 75% of making the new bin for collecting leaves. So the obvious first job for this week was purchase or forage for the shortfall of the timber. Looking at the list, I marked down the A's, B's and C's. The A's are the jobs that have to be done and affect the growing or the seasons. The B's are the things that can be done now or later, such as making the enviro frame. It's not that important that it's done right now, but making this gate for the composting leaves is essential, and I've only got, say, this or next week to do it in. I've done an awful lot of reading up on composting leaves, and I've come to the conclusion that the best thing to do is nothing. Just let nature do its course. But to speed the process up, I believe that adding coffee beans and grinding the leaves does help to speed up the process. A good reason for shopping at Waitrose is that they have a bin full of coffee grounds for people to take for their gardens. Brilliant idea. And I do my duty by visiting on a regular basis and taking my fill of coffee grounds. This pesky blighter I found on my blueberry bush. Next day the rains came down quite heavily, and it was into the shed, and I started making the gate for the compost bin. Our ancestors knew about the middle third in making woodwork joints, but they didn't know why. It wasn't until the 18th century where the Isaac Newtons of this world worked out the mathematical reason why it's sound. But I still use it. It's what engineers call the neutral axis. Now then, stop showing off. I always have problems with using electric screwdrivers. It's getting the right bit, and I use a lot of screws that are in the mix box. And you pull a screw out and you think, which bit has this got to be? But the screwdriver I have is multi-purpose. It's designed to fit a posi or a cross-haired screw. But the grease on the screw certainly speeds up the process. This is typical. The nips I have, sharp ones, I've left on site on the allotment where they're going rusty, and here I am struggling with old ones, blunt. Now we'll see how good my measurement taking was. Well, it fits. Well, we've got a break in the rain, so let's get some more leaves in. Storm Angus did a good job are bringing down the leaves on the trees. This is the tree at the end of our garden. I showed you this last week. They're all down now. Not on the to-do list, but it is an important job that's got to be done now, so that these tools can be put away safe for winter. And this is the finished article, all ready to go into the shed. The rain is still persisting, so it's time to cut the shortfall of timbers, set them out and mark them as accurately as possible, making it easier to make the frames square and true, and also quicker. I'd done a video earlier on making an enviro frame, but this time I'm using a different section of timber, so it's just slightly different. It affects the screws and the spacings, but not all that much different. There was an improvement in the weather, and I've not been to the plot to check it after this storm, but I found everything okay. I was pleased to find the environmental cage standing. Deposited a few leaves and mixed in the coffee grounds which I collected from Waitrose. Found a rat hole in the horse manure bin which is empty, so I've got to sort that out. Emptied the first bin of compost and moved it to where the horse manure was kept. Well, it's time to go home, so bye! Hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked, please put a thumbs up and please comment, and I'll see you next time.